Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, Ron's Keto Cafe, and I'm Ron. If you're new, welcome, and if you're a returning member, welcome back. And if you're a new member, could you please share, like, and smash that subscribe button? It definitely helps other members know when I post videos. And before we get started, I'm not a medical doctor, I don't make any medical claims. This is all based on my own personal journey and my own research, so please get your permission first. And again, thank you for all your newcomers, and thank you for all your returning members that follow along my journey. Well, today we're end of week 157 results, and I'm down a couple of pounds for this week, and I feel really fantastic this past week. We had a lot going on. Last night I was able to actually get in and do a live, schedule live, and I figured out what I was doing wrong. I had two camera browsers open, and I needed to shut the other one off. So now that we have that figured out, now we can start thinking about doing some live cooking shows, and I haven't done any one of those yet. So if you're okay with the apartment noise in the background, maybe me screaming at the cat or my wife coming in and out of the living room, because we do have to live and we do got apartment noise. If you're okay with that, let me know and to show more. Otherwise, I'll just drop that all down and I'll just do it with what I've been doing basically now, just dropping out the background noise. If it's very loud, and just dropping in music over the timeline and maybe do a voiceover. But those are some of the battles I'm having with when I want to think about doing a live, and then I mess up sometimes. I might say tablespoon when I meant to say teaspoons, some stupid stuff like that, and and then I have a piece of paper printed out with the directions and everything, and sometimes I'll miss a whole step, but I need to get like a pen and check them off as I'm going along, and so I don't miss a step, because I can't always think about a little bit ahead of the schedule when I'm doing a live schedule stream. So these are some of the things in the battles that I'm going to have to just learn how to overcome. And if you're okay with that, let me know and show more and see what happens. And I'll probably might surprise myself. I might get more views and a few more subscribers. And the terrific YouTube lady, Anne Marie, I've been watching her videos, and she does live shows quite regularly, cooking non-keto foods and stuff like that. But it's really, I watched other YouTubers and figure out how they're filming, and I was watching Nell from Indigo Nell, and sorry if I botched up that name. She did a live pop-up live yesterday. She did make an announcement, and I'm watching her how she was prepping some meat that she from goat meat, and it was pretty interesting video, and it was cool. She had her kids in the background, and they were messing around in front of the camera and stuff like that. I suppose I could probably show you Oreo, on my house. And the kitchen area / living room is, it is what it is. We haven't got a lot of storage here, and I'm just making do with what we have. So yeah, so we lost a couple pounds this week. I did, and I talked about a lot of things in the live last night. I think I did almost an hour live. I goes, holy crowley! I wish more people would come in and join the live chats. Now, if you want to get involved in talking to me live and tell your story, let me know. We can both do an interview together, and I'd love to have you interview me. And yeah, so what have we got going on? We went to school this past week, Tuesday, last week, as a matter of fact. We finished the paperwork, and yeah, they gave me quite a bit of Pell Grant money that they approved for my school, and I'm going to be starting school in September from Media Productions. I'm really excited about that, and it'll be basically to enhance the knowledge, stuff that I don't know, and then make what I do know better, and for video production. And I'm already I'm right there already with the photography that I do for the city and for my own photography, and so I'll be able to incorporate it all in together more so than I ever had before in the past. And now that I'm getting better and better and better doing filming recipes and finally figuring it out, it should move right along pretty well for schooling. And this is going to be for an associate's degree at the community college. And the other thing about all that is that, where I'm knowledgeable in what I know, I can be an assistant to the teacher and just, help anybody that might be stuck. And, and I'm not going to do their homework for them, but, they're going to have to figure that part out for themselves. But, when I was there, I got special help from a kid that was helping me, because I had no clue how to even use an Apple computer. And that I had a lot of struggles when I went to school with it back in 2010. So I'm looking forward to that. So I called up the surgeon about my hip, and they finally got back to me, and if all goes well, we're going to have the hip out on the left side on October 17th. I have to go a week before to have a physical, and if everything passes and if they're okay with my feet, we'll have the hip out. So that's a long time coming. It's due, it's ready, it's bothering more and more. I'm having really bad night's sleeps, and I'm struggling with the weight a little bit off and on here and there. I make bad food choices because I get depressed with my hip. It's all about that. With me, I don't know about you guys, but it's all about depression and different things like you have functions to go to. Just recently had a couple of family deaths in the family and that sort of thing, and one thing leads to another, and then bad food choices, and so we're trying to learn why are we making these choices. I think it's because food becomes your best friend, and if you're not careful, your best friend can become your enemy, and we don't want enemies, so we want to make better food choices. Starting in September, I'm going to be doing carnivore, and I mentioned before that I bought a freezer finally, and I got a nice 7-foot cubic chest freezer. Spent about $200 for it in free shipping and handling from the Home Depot. And it came down, they set it all up for me, and my freezer's about half full of meat, and every time I do a grocery order with Donna, I pick up a couple of meats, even if I don't need them, if they're on sale. And I'm going to just keep loading it, and God forbid if something does happen and the economy gets booted down again, then at least I got, I don't have to worry about staying at home and can't get out because I can't get any foods or paper towels or the dump paper that we ran out of a couple of years ago. You guys know what I mean? You should start thinking about stocking up on that stuff again there, because they're already talking about a possible shutdown before the November, and that's as far as I'm going to go with it, because I'm not having my channel shut down. But just be aware of that, because you don't want to get into a situation where your family needs stuff like that to clean up and stuff, and you don't have it. Remember, before they were rationing it all off, they were limited 1 or 2 rolls per couple or family or whatever. That was terrible. And then you had to get what was available, and then you had to go back to the 6 feet bull crap and all that. I don't want to have to go back to that again, but if it does, it does. You just have to deal with it like I dealt with it before, But I've been pretty good. I've been very careful. We never had that thing that a lot of people have been getting, and I've been very, very blessed, and I've been very careful who I make contact with, and and some people do not want the handshaking, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. But so we get a lot of that, and then another thing I wanted to talk about. I made 2 recipes this past week that I put up on the channel. I made a lasagna recipe. I replaced the noodles with turkey breasts from the deli. And the only thing, it was expensive to get a pound of turkey breast. It was like $8. He goes, oh my gosh, I can remember we used to only pay $2 or $3 for that. So what I did was I just fried up a pound of ground beef, the organic brand, and then I seasoned it with regular seasoning, salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, a little bit of oregano, and a little bit of Italian seasoning. And then maybe about a half a tablespoon of each, and then I got all that going, and then I added a half a jar of Reyes marinara sauce and set that aside, and then I ended up layering a lasagna type thing with some ricotta cheese, the whole ricotta cheese, and then I ended up putting mozzarella cheese, and when I had my my layers all complete, then I put it in the oven for 40 minutes on 350, and it came out really, really good. I really enjoyed that, and I ended up eating like a small amount of it, and then I ended up taking the rest of it and divided it up, and I put it in plastic containers in the freezer. So now I get some future meals for lasagna, for carnivore meals, or backslash keto meals. So getting back to the pancake recipe now, I had some slack there, I had some heat there from one of the ladies there, and I appreciate your comments. So if you're watching this video, I appreciate that, because it helps other members know that a lot of times I eat stuff that's not technically keto, but I put some sugar-free maple syrup on, and I was fine with that. I'm down 150 pounds, and I only used 1 tablespoon for the original batter, and then I used 3 tablespoons for to top off the pancakes. So it was only 4 tablespoons, and it was such a small amount. And unless you're worried about popping out of ketosis, I would not recommend that. And like she said, we do have other options there. And So I'm going to be making another round of those pancakes, but what I'm going to do with the second round of pancakes that I'm going to be making, I'm going to make a double or a quadruple batch. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to prep the pancakes with some sausages and show you how to prep that. And we'll put them in these little Ziploc bags, and we'll freeze them, and we'll divide them all up, and we'll have the macro counts on each individual bag. Because as we get into the month of September, this isn't gonna be really. I started our fourth video year that we posted on 3 years ago on the September 20th. No, well, it was 3 years ago, September 1st. We posted our very first video on weight loss, and I want to follow that trend and go back, and each week I'm going to take one video from that particular week and post it, in between the weeks, so you can see the progress I made then, the progress I make now. It'll be pretty interesting, and it's always fun to go back and put up some of my other ventures that I had done, and just have a new title for it. And if I need to change the music, I'll change the music. Now, I recently got involved with a company called Epidemic Sound. YouTube copyrights it for me, and they say it's copyrighted, and I get it, it's copyrighted, but it's it's royalty free, and I'm using the music, and unless YouTube has a problem with it, then it is what it is. But and then I put the link below the video, and I put the link of the 2 songs below the video. So this costs me like $20 a month. It's not that bad. You get the first month free, and the link is always in the show more, and all the other great YouTubers that I've been following that helped me lose my weight along the way. And don't forget that I have a Facebook support group, Ron's Keto Cafe Facebook support. And I got a regular Facebook not support, but my regular Facebook. So if you see me around and you want to friend me, just let me know you're in the show more, because I've been getting a lot of trolls lately on my Facebook that want to be friends, and I block them. I'm not dealing with trolls, and I get sense it right away. It's a troll. So yeah. So this past week too, Mary and I, we went walking down at Sterling. We did a 3-mile walk one day and took a lot of photography. And then yesterday I went walking and I found 2 pennies on the ground, bent over, picked them up, and it was pretty cool just finding pennies. Pennies from heaven. It means that means if you believe in the spiritual belief meanings of pennies and coins, there's a meaning for all the coins and dollar signs that you find, other than being 2 cents richer. And if you pick up a penny, you're saying you pick it up with good luck, and both pennies, oddly enough, are heads up. So it's just my spiritual guide, my angels are falling with me, and it's a start of a new beginning. So when I googled that, I goes, okay, that must have to do with the schooling that I'm going to be doing, because that actually is a new beginning. So speaking of new beginnings, talking about an old chapter, I turned in a lot of videos after the director left at Leominster Access Television, which is LTV for short. And a lot of that stuff that never got posted other than YouTube. And I don't even know if all my videos got posted on YouTube, but one video it said he wasn't able to use. And, and the other director had no problems putting any of my stuff up, always was appreciative of it. And then I go in one day and half the crew is leaving. I mean, there's only 2 original people that are left, plus the director. So apparently, he's hard to get along with, or he's just pushing these guys too hard, and they don't want to deal with him. And so I don't know what's going to go on right now, but I was talking to a guy that used to work there, and he was there quite a number of years, and he told me, he said, yeah, now the mayor's going to step in and do something about it. I don't know if they're going to get rid of him or what, but if any of you guys that watch my videos, mention that to the mayor. I'm available for hire. I'll go in and help out the studio, but I want to get paid, and I'm looking for about 20 or 30 hours a week, and I can work around my school hours, and I'm available at nighttime for filming. But I'm not doing this for free, because I've done enough stuff for free for the city, and I've given it my all, and it is what it is right now. Things are very crazy and expensive at prices. Everybody knows that, and I can't keep up with the price of inflation. So at some point I'm going to have to go back to work again. But I did, and and I wanted to get that college degree, because it'll be an associate's degree, and that'll put me in the door somewhere, and on top of my knowledge and my experience and what I already know. And the only problem with here is where I'm living is my rent's going to go up again, because we're in a low income situation, and if you go above it, you will be paying what everybody else is paying, like $200 or $300 more a month. And so if that happens, I'll wind up moving out of here, because I'm just getting tired of dealing with the rules and regulations here because of that situation. I get it, but you know, it's kind of like they're holding you back from trying to better yourself. I mean, I can't even invest my money into any stocks and bonds right now because if they find out, it goes against your rent. So I mean, what's the point? You know what I'm saying? So those are some of the battles that I'm dealing with. They're dealing with the cat issue. He's a lot for us to handle. He's all over the place. He doesn't listen to us, and he goes double bitey. And you know, I'm getting to the point where I'm almost thinking about giving him up for adoption because I don't know. I don't want to. I said to my wife the other day, why the heck did we ever get a cat at our ages to start all over again with a kitten, mind you, know? And then yesterday I went to a concert up in Fitchburg at Cogswell Park. Yeah, terrific band. Neurotic Gumbo was playing. My sister came down from Newton and her boyfriend and her friend, and we all sat together and we were talking to each other, and I talked to a lot of people that I knew there yesterday. And it was a nice, you know, it was a nice day. It was a good day. It was warm. It was a little hot. I did get a small Italian ice there because it was about 85 degrees and it was kind of hot and muggy because I was sitting in the sun all day with my wife. And we just had a good time and just enjoyed ourselves. That same rock group is playing on September 9th at Brooks Pond, and then Mark Markey has a concert this Thursday. We'll be going to that. And then we got a few more summer concerts left at Carter Park if I want to go to those, and I got 2 more concerts to film out. The Colonial Band on the 16th of December for the Christmas special, and then the one for the Montezuma Corral, their Christmas special, and that'll be in the City Hall, and all the it'll be lit up with all trees and Christmas trees, and it's quite phenomenal how they put that all together, and all that money they raise for the trees that you bid on, it's auctioned off. The money goes to the Fuel Assistance Program, which is a good deal. Oh yeah, and then we did the bingo Friday night. So Betty asked me, she said, Ron, Betty asked me, she said, Ron, do you want to play Friday night? Because you said, you wanted to play this week. And I goes, yeah, I'll play. If you get enough help. She says, yeah, we'll be fine. So I played, I didn't win anything, but I was trying out my new glasses. I got these new glasses I got from, they look pretty sharp on me, yeah. So I got these glasses from Lens Crafters, and they were these $469 for glasses. Oh my gosh. So anyways, I can see really clearly. I can see all the far away the numbers, and when I was reading off on the verification, when I was reading off the papers there for the when other people had bingo, I could see the numbers nice and clearly. So they did make a big difference. So, and my eyes changed, and so I'm really happy and satisfied with Lens Crafters. So if you got a Lens Crafters in the area, I would highly recommend them to go down and give them a try if you need glasses. You should be having your eyes checked periodically, at least 2 or 3 years in between. Again, I'm not a medical doctor, but I mean, that's usually what I do. So speaking of spices here, let me, hang on a sec. I got these 2 spices from the flea market they had up in Sterling a couple of Saturdays ago. I haven't tried these, but this is a pizza spice, okay? And it's all organic, it's locally grown, and they come in really nice fancy jars. And then they got a big burger thing over there with spices, and it's all organic, and it's really healthy ingredients in. And it's a sauce mix. So basically, you can take a mayonnaise and you can put some Dijon mustard in with the mayonnaise, or some regular French's mustard in. That's probably what I probably would do. And then you can mix that up with that, maybe a tablespoon, and make a nice McDonald's big sauce out of that. But I have a Big Mac sauce recipe from 2 Krazy Ketos, and when I mix that up with my burgers later, I'll have the links and everything below the show more when I start having them, because they do have a website, and their prices are very reasonable. You could get I could get about 20 or 30 spices of organic spices like that in a nice fancy rack for like $100 for. So it's not that expensive. And that's really about all I got to say, I guess. And hope you enjoyed the small little video from. And again, thank you for joining me from last night, Tamika and Christine, I believe her name was, and any other YouTubers that might have joined the channel late. And we're definitely going to do more live videos and see what happens with those. And I want to start using my mobile camera for live, and then what I'm going to do is when I want to cook, I'll flip the video around the other way and we can cook it together. And that way there I I can get the live, maybe a few more subscribers. But speaking of subscribers, again, don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel, and be watching for some more videos that I'll be posting. And I posted a video this morning on the 90-second keto bread. It was absolutely one of the best bread recipes I've made in a while. But anyways, talk to you guys later. Love you guys. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay vigilant. Remember, I love you. God loves you. Have an amazing day.